When it comes to dress watches, I usually don't do these reviews, and the reason I don't is because I don't find myself wearing dress watches. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But for this one here, I actually said yes to get it on the channel for two reasons. Number one, because you guys have been asking me, you've been saying, you know, what about a dress watch here and there? And I thought, oh yeah, no, okay, fine, I'll do one. And number two, the price. See, this thing comes with the Miyota 9039 and it comes in at 200 bucks. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it on the channel, check it out for you guys. So let's run the intro and let's check out this Söner Momentum. It's from Sweden and it's a dress watch that's really affordable. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see here, we've got a rectangular shaped dress watch. It's quite an interesting unit. I liked it because it's very Art Deco. This particular one, well, this is a prototype and I don't actually like this particular look being high polished. Personally, they've got on their website a couple of different variations. I love the black. They've got a brush finish, which I think looks schmick, but we're here with a prototype. I'm going to review it. It's actually live on Kickstarter as we speak. It's 200 bucks. So as far as value for money, I think, gee, you're getting a lot of watch here, and you know, getting into a dress watch, you really can't go wrong. There are a couple of little flaws, which, well, I say flaws, things that I think need to be addressed, as well as a dislike of mine, but we're going to get onto that. So first and foremost, let's speak about the specs. So what we have here is a case diameter of 36.9 millimeters. The height I'm measuring at exactly 10.8 mil. The lug to lug distance is a welcome 46.5 and a lug width of 22 mil. Now, as you can see here, the crown, that comes in at 5.3 millimeters, and the total weight on this Milanese is 136 grams, and on the leather strap, it comes in at 96 grams. Quite an interesting watch, guys. At 36.9 or 37 mil, it's actually very deceptive. The way this watch fits on the wrist is it actually wears large. It actually wears quite large. So, and even the height, it looks like it's thicker than it is. The watch is only 10.8 mil. So I think that's got partly to do with the fact that it's also highly polished. I would have loved to see the actual brushed version of this. However, being a prototype, this is the only one they could send me, so that's fine. But being a prototype, there's a couple of changes that they're going to be making on this particular watch. So I'll share that with you guys. Basically, if you notice the sapphire crystal on this, it's got a dome which follows the profile of the case, which is really nice, but it seems to wash out quite a bit. If I put it towards direct light, you can see that it washes out in certain lighting conditions. So they've told us that they're going to be putting anti-reflective coating on the underside of this. I don't believe this has any at the moment. So that's what the result is without any AR. So that's number one improvement. The movement that comes in the watch is a Miyota 9039. So basically a Miyota with no date. And if you can have it one click, there's no ghost position. It hacks the movement. We can adjust the time and start the movement again. The hand winding experience, pretty much on par what you'd expect from Miyota, which is pretty cool. So it's a high beat movement. I'm quite impressed that they've put a Miyota 9039 in this watch at this price point. So that's kicking goals already. Now, if we turn the watch over, you look at the case back, it's brushed, vertically brushed, it's held together by screws, as you can see, and the water resistance on the actual watch is 50 meters. That's on this prototype, being a dress watch, but again, that's going to change to 100 meters. So like I said, there's a couple of little changes, little nicks and knacks that they're going to be doing here and there. So that's going to add to its specs. Not that you're going to find yourself wearing a watch like this anywhere near water sports, but it is what it is. They're going to add it to 100 meters, which is pretty cool. Now, if we look at the dial of the watch, you can see the legibility is very, very good. Albeit with that sapphire, there is no AR, but I've not had an issue reading the time. It's quite nice. The hands are polished, the indices, the applied indices are polished. There's a little bit of lume, not a great deal of lume at the moment, but again, they will be increasing that. Do you need lume for a dress watch? Neither here nor there. Ideally, it should be a minimalistic sort of a look. That's what this is going for. And as you can see, there's no minute markers anywhere. It's just the actual 5-minute indices. Pretty minimalistic. It is something that you'd wear out at a dinner party, at a dinner dance somewhere. It's one of those things that that's what a dress watch is, and that's what this is playing for. There's a few things that I do like about the watch. There's obviously a few things I don't like about the watch. And for me personally, look, I like the fact that you can get yourself into a nice Miyota, an Art Deco dress watch under a couple of $100. That's good value. That is excellent value. So that was one of the sort of points where, you know what, I'm going to get this on the channel. I'm going to get it for you guys so that you can actually address that and see that there is some quality here. Albeit being a prototype, there is some changes that need to be made. So I like the fact that the price comes in at $200. I also like the design. I like the fact that it's very Art Deco. I like what they've done with this particular case. It's quite nice. I do not like the polishing. That's me. I'm not a big polishing fan. It's a fingerprint magnet, as you can see, anywhere you touch it. I'd prefer this on the, like I said, the brush, the vertical brushing. I think that will look quite nice. The strap itself is another thing that I like, this leather one. I quite like the deployant, the feel of the actual leather is very, very nice, and it didn't take long to sort of settle in, which is really cool. They've got their own logo, as you can see, on both sides, so that's quite good, and they're quick release. So I like this particular strap. The Milanese is good, it's pretty good, but one of my dislikes with this particular watch is the fact that if you have a look at there, you can see that that's not straight. So obviously you can see that the quick release pin is sticking into the case there. That's something that needs to get addressed. That's something that you know, sitting on the wrist, sometimes you might find that it's not sitting straight. Ideally, being a dress watch, it should look schmick. It should, and I've not had the same problem with this. On the leather, it's been beautiful. On the leather, it's been absolutely lovely. So this is my personal choice. That leather is superb. Another dislike of the watch is basically it wears big. You know, ideally for a dress watch, it's 37 mil, guys. It's not that big, but it wears big. It looks big, and it would have been nice. Look, I've had a Jaeger LeCoultre that I had on the channel many months back, and that particular one was about a 38, I think, or 40. Same sort of case dimensions. That's that big as well. So, you know, it just all depends on where and how you want to use it. It's got a lot of wrist presence, as you can see on my 7-inch wrist. There you go. Excuse the fingerprints, guys, but it has got a lot of wrist presence, but I do like it. It's an Art Deco sort of a piece. It's making a statement. I don't mind a watch like this. Yeah, let me give it a clean. You see, this is what I mean about the fingerprints. It looks great when it's polished, but you need to keep cleaning this thing, and that's one thing that I don't like. That's one thing that I think, you know, the brushed will make such a bigger difference on a watch like this. But you see, there's the end link. As you can see, the end link's on my wrist. It's sitting crooked. That pin is just, you know, that pin inside the quick release is just touching. It's not good. So that needs to be addressed. But like I said, guys, there's a couple of changes. Basically, they're going to be changing the water resistance from 50 to 100. They're going to be changing the indices and or the lume. Basically, the indices are going to be slightly larger, which I don't think it needs. I don't think it needs, but the lume, they're going to be adding extra lume in here, C3, just to brighten it up a little bit. Sapphire crystal is going to have anti-reflective coating on the underside. I think it needs multiple coatings. I think that will definitely benefit if they can do that. They'd really hit that off, and everything else is pretty much on par. And obviously, I think they should address, they should address that Milanese right at the edges. That needs to be changed. But apart from that, guys, a couple of $100, a dress watch. You wanted to see something a little bit different. This is pretty cool. For those with smaller wrists, they might find this overbearing. I've got a 100, or I haven't got 180 centimeter, I've got an 18 centimeter, I keep making a mistake. I've got an 18 centimeter wrist, 7-inch, so it sits pretty much nice on mine. So just bear that in mind. But let me know your thoughts, guys. It's the Söner Momentum. It's from Sweden. It's a new micro brand. I believe this is their second watch that they've done. They did the same model in quartz. They've decided to go automatic, and I'm glad they did. It looks cool. The price is cool. Something different, something available and very affordable. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, guys. We'll see you in the next video.